Cozy Games here, back with another video. Today we have something that's slightly different to normal. We will be doing a draft this episode as always, but this time, whilst I do have some packs saved up, I was thinking that currently it just doesn't seem like there's much point in opening packs because there's currently no promo going. I'm assuming that they're waiting for the World Cup promo, and because of that there really isn't anything in packs that makes sense to go for. Of course, we could still back an Icon or a Mbappe, but that's really the only thing that we're looking at. The team of the week is not very good. It just seems like a waste opening packs currently. So I think we're going to save the packs and we'll do a bit of a bigger pack opening when we have a promo. Of course, the way the market is currently, it's just dead. So it's not even worth packing things to get your coins up. So I think Haaland is less than 80k right now, and 3 weeks ago he was 400. So it sort of shows the state of the market currently. So what we're going to do, I will give a quick rundown of what's going on with the club, and we are still heavily invested. Literally, I think I've got 2.4 million coins invested in fodder, ready for the World Cup mode. It's possible that at this point it's incredibly over invested. I think that what might happen when these decent SPCs start coming out, I think that the market might just get absolutely flooded with fodder, and then when that happens, the fodder is going to go down because people will panic that the fodder prices are going down, and there's going to be some heavy undercutting. And if you don't have fodder, then that might be your opportunity to get involved when people start massively undercutting, and then as the cards all start getting used, the fodder will start to go up again, and there will be a sell point. You just want to make sure that you aren't one of the people that is panicking with your fodder. So I thought what we'd do today is I would do a squad builder. Now, what happened was, because I came liquid because I knew the market was going to dump. I came liquid really early, so that I managed to save all my coins. So I didn't lose any money with the market dump, and then I moved all that money into fodder, and because of that I needed a team to play with that essentially is first owner, largely untradeable, but there are some decent players in here that are just first owner that I could have sold. But for example, one of the players that I wanted to play with was Bennacer. If you watched the last episode, you'll have seen that we packed out of position Bennacer, and I very much wanted to use that card. So in the end, I decided just to keep hold of it. Out of packs, he should rise anyway, especially if we get some decent Tottenham type cards in this upcoming World Cup promo. Now, so what I wanted to do with this team was I wanted to use some of the players that I had in my club that I ever hadn't had chance to use or had recently got big upgrades. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and I put in the players that I wanted to use. So the first player we put in was this Bennacer card, who recently got an absolutely humongous upgrade his team's performance in the Champions League. Now, if you did this card when he was in an SBC, you could have done it for it. I believe he was between 30 and 50k. It was a super cheap SBC, and his base card wasn't too bad, to be quite honest with you. But now his card, it looks absolutely outrageous. So using this card was a high priority for me. Another priority, of course, is we packed this Haaland in the ones to watch pack. He's now been upgraded, I think, twice, possibly 3 times. So he's now sitting at a 90 rating, and of course we've got that in the teams. We've got that in the club, and this isn't a squad builder that I'm saying like you should go out and build this team. This is a squad builder that I'm saying I needed a team to play with, to get my games done while my club is basically liquid. So I went into the club, and this is what I've come up with. So the next player on the list was Haaland, and then the next player on the list was this Bennacer card that you saw that we packed last time around. So, with that said, we've got 3 players in the team, and they're all kind of off nations. I mean, Bennacer and Haaland are definitely off nations. There are a few Croatians around, but in general, also I would say that Croatia is quite significantly an off nation. Is definitely not a popular nation, so it's not exactly going to be easy for us to get the chemistry into this team that we want. But if you think about it, Haaland and Bennacer, there is one player that does link these 2 players quite nicely, and that is Mahrez. Now, I've used this Mahrez card a little bit this year, and I have to say I do really enjoy it. He is so nimble. He's one of those players that you really enjoy having inside the box. And of course his Algerian link works nicely here with Bennacer, and we have the Man City link as well. So next up, if we want to carry on working on our chemistry, the next step was to get in another Man City player. Now, if I had a first owner De Bruyne, or should I say, if I hadn't sold my first owner De Bruyne, I would use De Bruyne here. Another option, so you have Bernardo Silva. Another option, of course, is Rodri. But in this circumstance, we're going to use Bernardo Silva. Okay, so next up, our left wing is another SBC card who has had a nice upgrade. It is Raheem Sterling. Now, I've always enjoyed using Raheem Sterling in Ultimate Team. He always feels super agile. His body type is just fantastic. So, when I saw this SBC come up, I did and a little bit, but I felt like I was always going to do this card because Raheem Sterling at the start of the season really does seem like a decent SBC to have, because he does tend to get those man of the matches. So we threw Raheem Sterling into the team. I should also mention that Haaland is already lengthy, and it doesn't really matter what you do to him, he will stay lengthy. So he has a hunter on him. Perisic gets lengthy if you put an architect on him, so that's fantastic. And then these two that you can't do anything to make them lengthy. I don't think you could do anything with Bernardo Silva either, but this was a fodder investment, and I have no will to really apply any chem styles to him. So far we have our midfield and our forwards sorted, and as you can see, our Haaland, Mara, and Mahrez, as well as our Bernardo Silva, our City players, they're all on 3 chem. But Raheem Sterling is not yet on 4 chem, and neither is our Croatian friend Ivan Perisic. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and grab what I think is the best gold defender in the game. I've used a lot of gold defenders this year and nobody gets anywhere near to Koulibaly. He is absolutely out of this world. I would even go as far as to say I think the only defender that I've had that is even close to Koulibaly this year is Hero Lucio. He is pretty decent, but Koulibaly is out of this world. Now, in this team, you can actually use pretty much any Premier League goalkeeper. I would highly recommend Hugo Lloris. I've used him a lot and he is absolutely fantastic. But I wanted to try this Mendy out because I've seen a lot of people using him and he looks like a lot of fun, and of course it helps that he gets this big chemistry with Raheem Sterling and Koulibaly. You do not need this. You don't need the extra chem for these two, but it did work out. Now, whilst our Premier League players are pretty nicely sorted for chem other than Perisic, our Bennacer just sort of sat there on 1 chem wondering when he's going to get some love. So now we're going to work on him, and the way we're going to start doing that is we're going to hit up the left back position and go for this objectives Gosens. I also should mention that Koulibaly is lengthy by default, and that's why he has a shadow on him. This Gosens becomes lengthy if you put an anchor on him. Now, this was an objective card. It was super easy to complete, and wow, I'll be honest with you, the left back and the right back position this year for me, at least the way I play, they don't feel like they're as important as in past years. And what I would rather have with fullbacks this year is the ability for them to defend. But this Gosens card is great at that, but he's also fantastic at going forward, and as you can see by his crossing stat, he's really got a fantastic final ball on him. So, with Gosens in the squad. Next up, at centre back, I packed this guy in an episode that I didn't put out because the Fifa froze. But this was the only decent ball we got. He is untradeable to Fry. I've used him a little bit now, and he is a decent centre back. There's no need to be worried about his acceleration. He does have lengthy and a shadow on him. He feels absolutely fine. He turns fine. He's a good defender. He's not in Koulibaly's league, but he's a very good defender. And then finally for our starters, this is probably the weakest card in the game. Sorry, not in the game, in the team. And it is 82 rated Dumfries. Now, I know that on face value it doesn't seem like this is a great card, but worst fullbacks this year that are much higher rated, and whilst compared to the rest of the team, he might seem like a bit of a downgrade, but I promise you, this Dumfries card is a fantastic player to have in your team. Now, you'll be looking at the team and you'll be saying, hold on a minute, you don't have Fulham, Gosens, Perisic and Bennacer are all only on 2 chem. How are you going to fix that? Well, we're going to get a manager. What we need is a Croatian manager that manages in Serie A. So, what we did is we went and got this Terzic manager. Now, we did need to change him from a Bundesliga manager to a Serie A manager, but if we put him in the team, you will see that, voila, everybody is on full chem, and that is our squad builder. I had quite a lot of fun putting this one together. It works really well. I've played, I don't know, 6 or 7 games of it, and I really enjoy using this team. The formation, I don't know if I'd pick it in the future. If I didn't need to, I mean, I could, of course, move around to something like a 4-2-3-1, anything like that. But I wanted to try it, and honestly, it's not a bad formation. It just doesn't seem like a great formation. But other than that, it's fine. This Perisic card is very good. It's not quite as good as the reason I really want to try it is because I'd seen a lot of good reviews on this card, saying how good he was, etc. And he is good. He's definitely good, but he definitely didn't blow me away. I've used much better cams this year than him, but that said, they weren't. They were much more money than he is worth, and I think currently right now he's worth about 125,000 coins. When we packed him, he was about 135. So he's pretty damn cheap for what you get. But there we have it. That is the squad builder. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this and you want to see more squad builders in the future, please do leave a message underneath and tell me that you enjoyed the squad builder. And if people do enjoy it, then I will continue to do them in the future. I just switched that up just to show you that you can indeed use different goalkeepers. So now that we've done the squad builder, let's jump into the draft. Let's scroll across to the draft, pay our 15,000 coins and jump in. Now, can we get Pele for the 3rd draft in a row? That would be absolutely insane. Now, our options are 3-5-2, 5-2-1-2, 3-4-3, 4-3-3 false 9, or the 3-1-2. I have to say, this might be the worst set of formations that you can get in this game. The 4-3-3 false 9 is, I think, in my opinion, for the way I play, the worst formation in the game. This 4-3-4, sorry, the 3-4-3 flat, I just don't get on with it. I feel like there's just not enough space between your wingers and your right mid or your left mid. I think I'm going to go with the 3-4-1-2. I think I'm going to go with the 3-4-1-2. Let's do that. Just before I hit the yes button, I'm there's something in the game, right? There has to be. Like, they've changed it to give everybody Pele, right? They have to have done. There wasn't any, because I was thinking to myself that I would quite like a centre forward formation, and we did have the 4-3 false 9, but it's such a bad formation I didn't want to pick it. Oh gosh. Well, look, I would like to use this Thiago card, but if you get offered Pele, you take Pele. Of course, we could take Eusebio, but I mean, on face value, Pele's just a much better card, isn't he? So we have Pele again. Unbelievable. And now we've got Haaland as well, who I think is one of the best heroes out of all the heroes in the game. So we're definitely going to take Haaland. Haaland's strike partner is going to be Brolin. Okay. At right mid, nothing great here, let's be honest. We have our heroes are La Liga and Serie A. So that really only helps Cantrever, but Cantrever's probably the worst card there. We do have this Bailey, which doesn't look like a bad card, to be honest. I think Baku's much better at centre mid than he is at right mid. Let's just take Cantrever because I can always sub him off. Petri seems like maybe the best option here. I mean, I think Goretzka's got a far better card, but again, we don't get chemistry with the heroes and the Pele. I would like to be able to connect at least some of the chemistry on the remaining of the side. If we get like a better cam option, then I might just sub Pele on. But let's see. Let's take Suarez here. Suarez actually doesn't have a terrible card. It doesn't look too bad. I just went and had to pause a download that I was doing. I forgot that it was on, and I really did not want the EA service to die on me and for me to lose this recording. That would really suck. Let's go with Park Ji-sung. I really enjoyed this card. I feel like he can play absolutely anywhere on the pitch too. Mascherano is a fantastic pickup. Well, this is just mainly heroes and then bad gold cards. Let's see if we can. Maldini, or do we take Collar because we've got so many heroes? I think we take Maldini, right? I guess we just never take Collar here. I'm not sure why I mentioned that, to be honest. Did it offer us this Schlotterbeck 3 times? We're going to take Dumfries. We've talked about him quite a lot. He is in the Serie A, so we do get some chemistry with him. I think Van Dijk probably, he definitely still has the better card, but there's just no way we're going to get him enough chem with just Ji-sung Park as his help. So do we take Dumfries? Dumfries still is... I mean, Dumfries is on 1. players to get. I think we have to take Van Dijk actually. We'd need 2 more Serie A players. To get Dumfries on 2. And Van Dijk, we also need... Hold on. No, we need 1 more, sorry. So maybe Dumfries is the right pick. Yeah, I think Dumfries is the right pick. Oh, do we take... I guess we're going to take... this is the smallest goalkeeper in the game, and I think in the history of FIFA. That might not be so true, actually. So there's some bronze that's shorter. But I'm sure he is this year the smallest. I think we're going to take Handanovic because he helps Dumfries with Chem. Then the only one we need to worry about is Pele. So let's do that. This is actually a pretty decent draft, honestly. So we got another hero card, Donovan and Berardi, neither of which can start, of course. I think we're going to take Berardi. I don't know, I've not tried his card yet. I have tried Donovan a few times, it's just not very good. So let's take Berardi. We'll take the buy because I don't think anything else starts, no. Next up, Lecu or something. Oh dear, Bruno. I guess we take Bruno here. Mr. Camirez. It's doing that thing now where it's given us so many good starter players that it's just going to give us absolutely nothing until the end of the game. Oh dear, is Sheriff Green better than what we've got? No. Quite simply, no. What's this? Nothing good, unfortunately. Are we not going to get offered a single cam this entire game? We did get offered 1 cam, 2 cams actually. Of course, they won't get any chemistry, so we may as well just take Pele. I think Mount might get one chemistry, but I don't think that will make any viable difference. He'll get 1 chem, but it doesn't change anything really. Yeah, we've had dead picks from here onwards, basically, unfortunately, but that's okay because the rest have been so good that all of the starter players, I mean, we've still got some dead players there, but you know, in general, we really can't moan. Is this a good one? It is Bennacer. Oh dear, that really hurts us, doesn't it? I think we'll keep it that way. I think I will bring Berardi on for Candreva. And then I may even... Actually, I may put Spinazzola on for Candreva. Then I might bring Berardi on for our centre mid here, which is Suarez. Whoops, did not mean to do that. You know what? I'm going to call that a success. I think that was a very decent draft. Can we get anything that gives us anything here? I don't think we do get anything here, no. going to, I suppose, because Pele's our only off-cam player. There we go, 116. I actually think, no, I think 117 is our best so far. But considering we were 3 chem points low, this is definitely our highest rated draft so far. But that's not bad, you know. I really hope that you enjoyed the squad builder, as well as that I hope that you are having a fantastic weekend so far. If you did enjoy the episode, please consider leaving a like and a subscription. But until next time, stay cozy.